asking for. I'm also asking for was different and not given anything.
Oh, I did my best.
I do think
but it's not very good.
Something I'm not, like, we shouldn't be normalizing Hitler. I don't even know. These are, like, we're in a bit of a struggle session here with this for whatever reason. But it's not, you don't want to normalize Hitler to the point where you're like, what Hitler did was good, actually. You know, you don't want to do that, right? What you want to do, though, is take him out of the cartoonishly evil bucket, because that serves no one, because then you can't view him as he really was, right? You end up, like, tilting at some version of that's basically the devil with a German accent, and that makes no sense and doesn't help anybody, because I think people are realizing, okay, there's this thing that people are realizing, this was in, like, the Nuremberg movie, is that post-World War II, if you read, like, when you read Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, like, Bill Byron, who wrote the book, and everybody else of his generation felt that there was just something uniquely, there was something about the German mind that was uniquely susceptible to this sort of takeover mechanism. And that Hitler had been able to take over the German, right? And that this is why Nazi Germany had occurred. And what I think we know now, or people are beginning to suspect, is that there is nothing unique about the German mind other than they happen to be extremely efficient and, you know, capable of warfare. I mean, that is something unique about them. But that they're not the only people on Earth who are capable of takeover, and not the only Western people that are capable of takeover, and that everybody's capable of takeover. So it makes it so that you should view what Hitler did, like, 1-to-1, you know, try and get to the closest reality of who Hitler was, so that you can study and understand how he was able to take over a civilized nation like Germany. And then there are many answers for that, you know, some of which is the Treaty of Versailles, some of which external factors, right? But there is something internal to the psyche of the nation for how Hitler was able to operate, you know? And that is worth studying and documenting. And the reason why it's worth studying and documenting is so that you can prevent a Hitler. That's the whole point, right? So, like, I don't know what was said, but if the point is, like, we should have another Hitler, then that's no good.